Okay, before I start with this video, but I want you to take a look at a clip real quick, then we can start the actual video.
Two disabled parents intentionally have a child with the same medical condition as they do,
Okay,
knowing they are almost 100% disabled and their child is now 100% disabled.
so you tell me, you're a one that did you did grow adult that got that could comprehend can answer okay. Okay.
And they are wrong for
Okay.
doing that. You can love something enough to understand that your current situation is not the best for a child and to not have one. You can have a family, but it's not okay that you purposefully have children knowing your medical condition. That child is 100% disabled and is going to rely on a primary caregiver for the rest of their life in order to have a sustainable life. Deja and Antoine, y'all are so wrong. And I'm all for people having a family, but it's like people in poverty. Yes, when you are on your feet and you're out of that, you can have a family. But don't bring a child into a situation like poverty that you know they're going to suffer. And like, don't procreate if you both know you have medical conditions that are going to be genetically passed along and make your child disabled. And it's inherently not going to give them a quality of life. Like, no, that's selfish. That's selfish. Honestly, be so for real.
Okay. So before I get into it, we are talking about him but if you got the same viewpoints as that guy, get off my page right now. And I don't care. We're not talking about the child here. We're talking about the kid. So if your viewpoint is the same as that guy, get off my fucking page right now. Thank you. Have a good day. Okay, so people that don't have that same viewpoint, check it out. We need to talk about this.
So Wheelchair Rapunzel, Alex Dacy have been talking about it for a while. She is a
Somebody at Wheelchair Rapunzel or whatever a freaking name is got caught. She's disabled, but she got arrested from by taking in a taking essay, but I was so called the reason I used the cat post because I can't find the contact comment, so let me come to this guy so he can read it.
felony Central Courthouse. So she's been charged with a second-degree felony. Well, now I know she's been so quiet. So she's been quiet and back in Florida. And so if you don't know what happened, she basically had this child in her apartment building. She asked him to give her a bath, and it's totally inappropriate. A 13-year-old child, underage minor, giving.
So you over 18 disabled at a kid to sell you? Then Loki, you should be locked up for the rest of your life. I don't care. I don't care. to be where you are. I don't care.
Doing this, like, she asked him to come into her house and like give her a bath, and the mom didn't know about it, and then the mom found out about it, and it looks like the mom is now finally pressing charges, which thank God, because Alex needs to be held accountable. You can't just do that. I don't care if you're disabled. Okay, hire caregivers. That's what your caregivers are for. And she goes through caregivers like some people go.
He don't know this, but I do. It don't be like you to get a service and they got a girl person that fucking day. That's what you think, but you are taking incorrect.
Through underwear. It's crazy to me how many caregivers she goes through.
Because some people like want to do different stuff. Do you want to work here the same job over and over? No. Don't kid. Yeah, and that's why I made that be at the beginning. Hey, no.
And then the ones she chooses are all a bunch of trash monsters. Not all, but most of them are. Okay, the ones who speak out aren't. But there are people that are just like, they will feed her the insane amount of alcohol she wants, and so they will do the OnlyFans content. Yeah,
Because Teggy did not appear there are caregivers, so it a bit different. Dumbass.
OnlyFans. And since these charges have been kind of laid on her, she has deleted her OnlyFans. Right? She thinks that's just gonna go away. But what Alex needs to remember, when everybody that posts their child on the internet needs to remember, and everybody who does anything on the internet, is that the internet is forever.
But how that will affect the child? Are you a doctor? Are you a child? You are dead all your fans. Sorry, but you are a guy in a pavement on your fans all day. We had to.
Ever. Okay? So, no. It's not just going to go away because you delete it. It's not going to.
No. You did go to the fucking key.
Happen. There are so many receipts on the Wheelchair Rapunzel's Reddits and all over the internet. You're not going to get away with it. And I hope she doesn't. Okay? But here's what it is. This Jules Kitty, my mod, posted this. These are the things. This is the incident report here. This was done on
okay, but because this is what I really want to talk about.
Filed on June 26, 2025. Incident from date was April 14th, 2025, from 11 p.m. to, almost midnight. No, I'm stupid. I'm so dumb. From 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Okay. Most related, no. Girl, I'm not gonna. She just posted every single one. We're gonna read them all. So Alex, I didn't even know that was her. Where is it? Blonde. Okay, here's page 3. Here we go. Let's read this together. Narrative by Joshua Gabriel. This was on, again, same day. I met with RP, who advised of a very unusual incident in the court on May 13th involving her son. So I met with the mom. Advised that her ex-husband, father, dropped him off around 7:30 p.m. She received a text that he was downstairs and awaited his arrival. She grew concerned when she noticed he had not come to the apartment. So, like, this kid was supposed to go home, and Alex intercepted this child on his way home from being with his dad, a 13-year-old, and the mom was worried. This is crazy.
Okay. Before I get into it, that is the country. Anyway, I don't care who you are. Get someone else to do it. Sorry, but no.
She looked at his location and saw it was still in the building. Sent a few texts before she went down to look for her son. Finally received a text from her son stating he was helping a disabled person enter their apartment, later identified as Alexandra Zimidibibis. She was relieved that he was okay. When she asked when he was coming home, she did not respond. When she asked when he was coming home, he did not respond and began to call. She did not respond, did not call, but got a message saying that he was still at apartment 308 helping Alex. Became frustrated, went downstairs to see what was going on. And when she was knocking at the door, someone opened it and they went home. The child opened it and went home. It was until later that child told his mother that what he had to do, which upset her and notified the authorities. Child told her that Alex asked if he could help her take a bath. So she asked the child if he could help her take a bath, which...
Okay. Even if you are drunk, that's so not okay whatsoever. No. It keep going. It gets some more trigger water. Again, trigger water.
She obliged and helped her undress and enter the tub. He then waited until she was done and helped her out of the tub. He then had to make her bed and help clothe her. This is a 13-year-old child that's not a caregiver. Like, she must have been hammered.
I don't know that because that is the part. It's the report. He just making shit up. So, yeah, it's the wrong either way, but hey, if it's not said that is in the report, take everything what it says, that nothing with a big grain of salt. I mean, yeah.
When mom heard this, she became upset as she mentioned what type of person would ask a minor to help them take a bath. I then spoke with Alex. It should be noted that I spoke with the child. It should be noted that he was alone and his mother was not within earshot of the conversation. He explained he got home around 7:30 p.m. and made his way to the elevator. While there, Alex also entered the elevator. She began making small talk, asking what the Florida public school system was like and how old he was. He replied,
if you ask anyone how the public school system works, you probably figure they are underage.
He was, so she asked how old he was. She found out how old he was and then asked if he was able to assist her with getting into her apartment. That's
taking it for woman and child, but wait, get a whole lot of people, a whole lot was.
There's some predatory stuff going on here. Like, it's not just innocent people just saying she just needed help. No, there's something going on here. Child agreed and helped. While inside, child asked if that was all, and Alex asked if he could assist her in taking a bath. Oh my gosh. The boy found that request to be rather unusual, but asked himself, what would Jesus do?
Yeah, man, we pay that for you for a second.
Child agreed and helped. While inside, child asked if that was all, and Alex asked if he could assist her in taking a bath. Oh my god.
Pay attention what the kid said.
Gosh. The boy found that request to be rather unusual, but asked himself, what would Jesus do?
So basically, he was praying to God while he was helping the woman who is 1 year older or 2 years older than me. And I'm 29. Think about that for a second.
With minor hesitation, he helped undress Alex and helped her into the tub. While there, he advised that he did not look as it would be disrespectful, but Alex made another unusual request, and as she asked if he could get her a beer. Confused by the request, as he told...
a 30-year-old asked a 12-year-old to get a bill. You need help. Physically and mentally.
Told her that he was 13. He advised that he didn't want to make it seem that he was not being helpful, so he went down to the Velvet and asked, and they obviously did not give him the alcohol. Oh, go get him a beer downstairs at the restaurant downstairs. When he went back up, he then helped her out of the tub and then proceeded to help her dress for bed, make her bed, and put on a mask that assisted with her sleeping. At which point, his mother was knocking on the door demanding that he got back home, and the woman should be ashamed as he asked a minor to do those things. Yeah, I agreed. Damn.
That's it. But he was just...
Man, can you let's go get me a beer as a 13-year-old? I then spoke to Alex, who advised that she did not mean any harm to the child or his mother. Alex stated that she has a lot of issues obtaining a state nurse who works around the clock. She never gets...
Fuck that. She used to do OF. She had them. And she did YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. And she used to do a lot of live where people say give aka money. So she have money, but she's cheap. She's cheap.
Get state nurses. She doesn't do that, so she's lying to the police. She hires people that will do her OnlyFans content and feed her alcohol. She doesn't.
I think that part, I think it character could do that if your doctor approves. So, and yeah,
Doesn't get state nurses. That's a lie.
and those nurses take time to get the mask.
She advised that her roommate is usually there to help, and her roommate is the caregiver, so she's lying to the cop about her roommate being the caregiver. That's who the caregiver is.
Okay.
So she's lying to the police. Wow. With her roommate's new engagement, she's almost never home. Alex stated that she saw this opportunity to have someone help her get to bed, so she took a chance by asking for help.
From a kid, from a fucking 12-year-old. Okay. Sick.
Alex advised that child was nice and helpful, and that he was and that she was intoxicated at the time. And she stated she came from Wharf. The Wharf, I think, is a restaurant. She mentioned that her judgment should have been a lot better, but she just needed someone to assist her getting to bed. No, take a bath. She's she's overlooking that whole part. When questioned about the purchase of the beer, Alex stated that she asked if the child could use the Uber app to order beer for her, and specifically her. But when the delivery arrived, it was ginger beer. So she lied about that because he said he went down to the restaurant. This is weird. Due to the nature of the incident, the SU detective was notified regarding the matter.
Yeah.
Both Alex and the child advised that nothing happened. Child advised that he helped out in good faith as he saw what she was just disabled. There was no indication of prior messages between the two involved. The officer browsed through the phone history and did sign on behalf of her son regarding Marzi Law for form and victim affidavit with pursuing prosecution pending investigation. Photos that were obtained were uploaded to Axon via community all documents, but no further incident. Okay. Holy, so there's a bunch of lies in there. That's crazy. All right. I was assigned this case in reference to follow-up investigation or my investigation. I reviewed the original incident report, blah, blah, blah. Upon his arrival, he met with the reportee who stated that the day prior, her son was 13 years old at the time, was dropped off by his father approximately 7:30 after some time had passed. She concerned because he had not arrived at the apartment, looked at her son's location, saw he was in the building, so she began texting. Same story. Went downstairs, knocked on the door, answered the door, and then he went home. Later told his mother what actually occurred, and she contacted the police. That's a good mother right there.
Amen.
She found out what happened. Instantly called the police, and she should have. That's awesome. I told her the child, Alex, asked to take a bath. This included helping get undressed and into the tub. He then waited until she was done, helped her to the bathtub, and then he told his mother he then made her bed and helped clothe her, expressed that she was upset an adult would ask the child to do this. And this is a good kid. Like, he's just trying to be a nice kid, but Alex is is literally a predator.
And that's what I agree. And that's why I make it feel sick to my stomach. And by the way, the first 2 times they get the oil from the bill, so I make it a third time. So the idea for I want to bomb it. Yeah.
Officer spoke with Unseen, who stated that he arrived home approximately 7:30, went to the elevator. Okay, same story. While inside the department, he asked if that was all, and Alex asked if he could assist her in taking a bath. Blah, blah. Yeah, same thing. Here it is. Then stated that Alex asked him to get her a beer, although he was confused by the request because he had told her he was 13, didn't want to seem like he wasn't being helpful. So he went down to a restaurant and tried to purchase the alcohol for Alex. The restaurant declined to sell him the alcohol, and then on Alex's behalf, he returned to the department to help Alex in the bath. Same thing. While Unseen officer Gabriel made contact with Alex, she told officer she did not mean any harm. Same thing. I Detective Page met with child who's now 14 years old. While speaking with child, he was able to determine the difference between truth and a lie and promised to tell me the truth. He described he is in advanced placement classes and appeared to be very educated for his age after being qualified. He explained that on the date of the incident, he just arrived home and entered the elevator in the building. While in the elevator, a lady in a wheelchair also entered the elevator with him, stated that her apartment was on the 3rd floor and he was on the 20th floor. While in the elevator, a lady asked him how old he was and informed him he was 13. She then commented to him that he looked like he could pick something up.
Yeah, he just we but I waited until he get onto the bed sheet and I would even.
Which he chuckled. He added that he was trying to be polite but not engage in conversation. When the elevator opened, she asked if she could help her with something. He said he had internal dialogue thought, person's wheelchair. He told sure. He thought she could help carrying a case of water or something. He didn't pick up on her meaning, what she said there. Followed her to the department.
AKA CBD grew him to get into her apartment to help him. And there is just I fast forward this so I could get to that part. So give me a second.
Department. She went inside. He stood inside and asked her if she needed help inside. She then responded, yeah. And they went to the apartment. And she led him to a kitchen island, asked him to help her put her ID card in front of the kitchen island. Those items were in her lap. So he complied and asked her if that was all. He looked to become uncomfortable during the interview and then proceeded to describe to Alex, then asked him to put her in the bathtub right for $20, right? Oh,
here we go.
If that was all. He looked to become uncomfortable during the interview and then proceeded to describe to Alex, then asked him to put her in the bathtub right for $20, right?
So the woman paid the child, the kid, $20 to help her. $20. Yeah.
Oh. He described that he wanted money to buy something, but didn't think himself he would need to be naked, so he agreed. She didn't think that she would need to be naked, so he agreed. She paid him $20 to do this. That's crazy. Prior to putting her in the bathtub, she asked to go get the phone to buy her beer. So he went on the Uber Eats app and ordered her beer. She told him specifically to buy Michelob Ultra beer, but he couldn't find it and just picked the first one he saw. After approximately 15 minutes, she decided it was taking too long and asked her to help take a bath. She asked him to help her take her clothes off. He explained he thought to himself, oh, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but I didn't know it would have to do that. I asked if he took her clothes off or she took her own clothes off. He stated she couldn't take her own clothes off because she was crippled. He added that he was trying to be mature and just get it done. Described that he took a long shirt off Alexandria, almost like a dress that was covering her whole body. He added that she did not have any other piece of clothing. Oh, my God. This poor kid.
And you eat at the part, or you about to eat your way into the filter, or put your foot on the side because it gets so much worse for me. I did this. I watched this 4 times and even the first that made me sick.
This is, I mean, it's not funny. And I'm not laughing at this, but this is why predators should register. This could change this kid's life forever. She was not wearing clothing, no underwear, bra. After he took off the long shirt off, I asked what he could see, and he responded her chest, which he clarified to mean her boobs. He stated that he couldn't see any other parts of her body. However, she was in fact completely naked and exposed. Child described that Alex instructed him to grab her under her legs and behind her back like a baby and place her in the bath. He thought that he would be able to leave her after that, but Alex asked him to go downstairs to the taco place that was attached to their building and get the beer. He later stated it was called Red Velvet. He explained that he knew they wouldn't sell alcohol to him, but he didn't want to go outside of the apartment and come back inside and lie that he tried. So he went downstairs and attempted to buy beer. They obviously didn't sell him beer, so he returned to the apartment. She's drunk and she wants more booze, and she's paying a 13-year-old to bathe her and get her undressed. She should be in prison. I don't care. When Boy went back to the apartment, he asked Alex if she needed him to take her to the bathroom. She said yes. So he began asking her when she would be done. During this time, Alex tracked her Uber Eats beer order to see when it would be delivered. I asked if he assisted Alex in bathing herself, such as washing her, he responded no. He added that she kept asking him to make the water hotter. After she was done with the bath, placed a towel in the wheelchair and then picked her up out of the bathtub in the same manner and put her in. Placed her back in the wheelchair. He gave her another towel to put herself to cover up since she was naked. But she did not use the towel and remain naked too. She did not use the towel and remain naked and exposed to the child. Wow. When Uber Eats beer finally arrived, collected it and gave it to Alex, she asked him to put it in a cup for her and put the rest in the fridge. This is crazy, kid.
Okay, so pay close attention because the part I want to get to.
Kids can just pick up beer at the door. That seems weird. So put in a cup, put the rest in the fridge, which he did. Afterwards, Alex asked the child to put her in her bed, but he needed to change her sheets. She's just drinking beer in bed. But he needed to change her sheets because she had previously peed the bed. So he put new sheets on the bed and then placed her on top. Why did she wear a diaper?
Okay. Just set out a report on the case. Don't comment on what you will or don't will. That's because coming from you that talk about privacy discussion. Yeah.
At this time, Alex was still naked, put a blanket on her as well as a CPAP breathing machine and a pillow. Boy stated his mom continually calling him, so he finally told her where he was. His mom came to the apartment and told Alex that he's not allowed to be anywhere without telling where he was, and his mother then returned their home. During this interview, he described the woman told him she was in her 30s, her name was Alex, and he had never met her before, didn't know who she was prior to the incident. When asked if he could tell why she was in a wheelchair, he described her arms and legs were really small and her arms were crippled, which he demonstrated by putting towards his body in a bent manner. Reiterated that Alex was naked during the incident and never attempted to get dressed. At no point did she ask him to provide her with clothing or redress herself and ask him to help get dressed. That's so creepy. Imagine just reverse the roles. There was no getting dressed. It was she wanted to be naked around this 13-year-old boy.
Okay, so I don't care what he put because I will make the same thing, but I want to finish the document.
If he knew what Alex did for a living, he stated that she learned that she does OnlyFans because his mother told him. Stated his father began searching Alex after learning about the incident and found out the OnlyFans account. Stated the building personnel provided his mother with Alex's name. Stated he did not know about the OnlyFans prior to the incident, has not seen the account today, and that's why she's deleting her. If he knew what Alex did for a living, he stated that she learned that she does OnlyFans because his mother told him. Campbell asked her why she didn't mention that earlier, and Alex responded, I don't know, just like weird. I didn't want to get in trouble. Said that she was already in bed by the time his mother came, but she was angry and said she was only 13. He was only 13 years old. Alex told the boy's mother that only put her in bed that he was super sweet and helpful, so she liked the mother. Alex described herself as a single disabled mom and that she just needed someone to help her. She asked Officer Gable if she was in trouble and added into his caregiving type situation. That was better. A short time later, Officer Gable and Detective Campbell returned to Alex's department and spoke with her again. Detective Campbell asked Alex to explain what happened once more. She detailed when she was coming into the building, she saw the kid and asked him to help her. She stated that he helped out a bit because she doesn't have around-the-clock assistance and she makes too much money to qualify for state assistance. Officer asked,
and that's what I wanted to say. People could get a private nurse. I don't know how to discipline it, but she could avoid the nurse. But before I continue with that video, I did a video like about 2 years ago. I did, but let me just see. It goes to it. Let me see. Okay. So the bill and the bill I did like over like a year ago at the point. So it about like a guy who is disabled like is like is try to do the act with a kid. The guy that was doing the undercover pretended to do like to be a kid too. I reacted with my group with the proposal and I did work on my own where I felt about it, but like at the end of the day, she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing, and that made me so angry. Right.
Asked her why she didn't mention that earlier, and Alex responded, I don't know, just like weird. I didn't want to get in trouble because I thought that he was 13. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's what she said. Detective Campbell then asked if she found out how old he was and claimed he didn't qualify for state assistance. Officers asked if the child helped him to the bathtub, which Alex responded, yeah. Detective Campbell asked her why she didn't mention that earlier, and Alex responded, I don't know, just like weird. I didn't want to get in trouble.
So the guy doing I don't what he did. Like I didn't know God like that guy did those in that bill. So I will put those two bills that I did on that guy video so you guys could check it out. But this is just the country to my gut.
Because I thought that he was 13. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's what she said. Detective Campbell then asked if she found out how old he was and claimed she didn't know his age until his mother told her. Detective Campbell asked Alex if she asked his age in the elevator, to which she responded, I was a bit drunk. I don't remember. I'm not really sure. She's a predator. She confirmed that she asked him
Amen.
about this school before, and his mother came to her apartment, which prompted Detective Campbell to reiterate, you knew he was school aged. Alex responded, I knew he was like, yeah, like high school, yeah. Alex also confirmed that she asked to order her beer through her Uber Eats app, but stated it was ginger beer when it arrived. No, it was beer. Alex began asking if she was in trouble. The officers asked her how she would feel if it was her daughter instead of him, and she acknowledged that it was inappropriate. During my investigation, I attempted to locate video surveillance.
So that's why I put that video up before with the other said disabled people shouldn't have kids. If you let me make that clear real quick. You are able to consent to sex, then in my eyes, you have a right to have a kid. That's all I say because yeah, you are able to have it, you are able to help yourself. If you disagree with me, then did not tell for you. Sorry.
From the building. However, I was informed that only video cameras relevant to this case were in the actual lobby where Alex did not have contact. The building manager also informed me that the video was expired, no longer available. He assured me that there are no cameras in the elevator or the residential floors. Therefore, there are no cameras that would capture me when. I mean, that's crazy. The building should have that stuff. I reviewed the images uploaded to evidence.com from Mother. 3 of the images depicted Alex in her wheelchair. One of them were in a hallway where she was dressed. However, the other 2 showed her nude with her breasts exposed. Another photo was uploaded of an OnlyFans profile with the handle Wheelchair Rapunzel and the associated name Alex Dacy. The profile had a description: exclusive disabled body content collabs, artistic. Shots of lingerie, more content, TikTok, IG removed, as well as another linked profile, Wheelchair Rapunzel VIP, with a description for her laughy stuff. Finally, there was another photo uploaded from what appears to be Facebook of the Alex sitting between the legs of an unknown small in stature male while appearing to be massaged on the shoulders. In this photo, Alex is wearing a lingerie bra. This time, all available evidence is uploaded. So there you go, everybody. That's does this make this comment?
Okay. Yeah. That all I wanted to say, but my thoughts. I don't care who she is. I don't care if she white, black, Asian, or black. UPC SA again without being SA. You could say to me that not A, but in my opinion, it was. If you are able to consent to sex, you are able to have a child. I don't care who you did. I don't care who the other was. That is just my opinion. You could leave a comment, but if it is a word or reaction that have a child, give me a better reason. Like, it's because she almost got to came back that is a real reason. But if you say she can have a kid because she is disabled, then you will be blocked. So, yeah. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Good day. Bye.